What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Resistance. Shout outs to everybody that's just joined in. Shout outs to everybody in the stream and everybody in the chat. Got my man ID88 in the house tonight with me. Incorporation Doctrine88, the information man. My information man. We got a video we're going to go over tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's from Mind Elevation TV. He's out in East Orange, New Jersey. East Orange, New Jersey. Jersey land. Tyrant Central. Anybody know about them state troopers in Jersey? Oh, man, it's been a history of them shoving boots up people's asses for a long time. You know anything about it, ID88?
Not about New Jersey, nah.
Oh, man.
That'd be a negative Ghost Rider. It's too cold over there.
You do not want to be caught dirty on the Jersey Turnpike.
Wow. I'll go to Jersey just to defy them.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Cheryl Irving, Netta Williams, Perfect Sense Resistors P, Anthony Hutchison. What's up, y'all? Gang is all here. Gang is all here, ID88.
Hey, Renetta, how you doing?
Jonathan Nicola. My man Jonathan Nicola. Good citizen dude. The queen. Definitely the queen. Justin McCroy. All right, let's get into the video, man. A little tyranny and corruption. My man Mind Elevation TV got into. So, y'all stick with me.
Family. Yeah, you can continue.
Is he recording?
Yes, I am.
Masked up and he's recording.
Yes, I am.
That was happening.
I have a constitutional right, First Amendment.
Okay, sir, but you have to keep the mask up.
So I don't want to insult you or be rude or anything like that.
I like
Under the
that.
Civil Rights Act 1964, public accommodations, that's Title II. If you decide or she decide to discriminate against me for wearing a cloth,
Let me just stop it here real quick, y'all.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Sure. This video hasn't been uploaded on my channel yet, but you go watch this video unedited in its regular form by Mind Elevation TV. That channel right there is in your right-hand corner, your top right-hand corner. And this is where he is. MVC agency, like motor vehicle place, East Orange, New Jersey. Address 183 South 18th Street, Suite B. Zip code, East Orange, New Jersey, zip code 07018. Phone number 609-292-6500.
You give them a call.
It is Saturday. You want to give them a call?
Are they open now, you think? No, 4:30.
No, they not open now, but you could definitely make it a call and upload it. These calls you've been making have been very interesting lately.
Me make phone calls to law enforcement? Nah.
Anyway, he's at the motor vehicle place, and this is what he goes to. Anything you want to say, ID88 yet?
Not yet. Well, actually, I liked his approach. He was respectful, but firm. Court of the law. He came. That's how you do it right off the bat. You don't hit him soft. You punch him right in the mouth, but slowly.
Mm-hmm.
mishandlings, anything of that nature, I have a federal right by law to sue. So I'm just trying to inform you before you continue on saying things that you don't know or may not know out of lack of knowledge. So is she right now? She a public official asking me that. This is why I decided to report. Out of no disrespect for my documents, just in case they decide or you decide to violate my constitution.
Stop. Wow.
They need an automated voice in the background on the speakers making announcements. So y'all just gonna have to pay attention a little bit. But what this man is speaking is like definitely facts.
That's straight facts. Straight facts. And articulate. He's very articulate about it, firm, but calm. Just hey, wow, impressed.
Right. So they just basically don't like the fact that he has the camera in his hand, and they shutting him down from the door, and not trying to hear anything that he has to say.
Wow.
To proceed. She could come back and serve me if she want. It was a problem with the speed odometer on the paper that I had no idea of, that Tyrone wrote in the corner. She didn't see it. It wasn't my fault. And the lady up there highlighted it like I had to do it again. So
I guess what's the issue? Is that she asked you to pull up the mask?
Oh.
We got somebody else that's that you can hear in the video, and it sounds, I wasn't able to pinpoint. I was hoping Elevation TV would come up tonight and be a guest and kind of narrate the video as we went along, but I had stopped receiving contact from him. Maybe he's busy, but now you hear somebody talking to him as if they're trying to help him, and I believe it's one of the staff. So he's going to go through an issue with. He's going to go through a situation with speaking to the staff member where he's going to get nowhere with, and then he's going to get approached by the police.
Wow.
This lady here came to me and asked me to fix my mask. All right? My mask is perfectly fine. In New Jersey, this is over with. The mask is over. This is by choice now.
Actually, no. Motor vehicle is the one agency he did stipulate in his executive order.
Well,
please.
Any public official.
So he's say that again. Wait a minute. I was looking at, and real quick, y'all, I was looking at something, and this is what it said. This is, the mandates or whatever. The recent news on what's been lifted in what cities as far as masks. So in New Jersey, it says Governor Phil Murphy lifted New Jersey's general face covering order May 28th. Masking is strongly recommended in crowded, and this was May 28th of last year. Masking is strongly recommended in crowded indoor settings and required for people over age 2 in high-risk areas, and they list high-risk areas, such as schools, child care centers, healthcare facilities, homeless shelters, prisons, and on public transit. Several cities and towns, including Newark and Patterson, mandate masking in public places indoors, and this is happening in East Orange.
So real quick, real quick. So like terms, we always say words have meaning in law, right? Right. City, town, those are commercial terms. Those are actual corporations. So that's why they say mandate and not a law. It's a city and town mandates that. That's how they hide behind, but they're unapplicable.
Right. You're definitely right about that.
Decide to violate my constitutional rights, I'm going to sue. So if he mandated it or not, that's not my business. Only thing I know is I have a constitutional right. That's the First Amendment.
And you just said it right there. Whether he mandated it or not, it's none of my business.
It's irrelevant.
To do what I could do.
Yep.
So what I'm saying is that in order to service you, I do need. You can do whatever you want, but in order to be in here, you have to have the mask all the way up.
And
freeze.
See, that's the problem.
Right then and there. That person who gave that directive is immediately stripped of his power. He immediately loses his qualified immunity. He's making a directive, some kind of legal, but he has no authority to do that at all. Zero. And so at that very second, he's shut down.
Immunity applies to him. I really believe he's a staff member of that building.
But if he's still acting under the color of law. He's public servants are under that blanket, and so qualified immunity.
Are you telling me all public servants, other than police officers, are under the blanket of what you just mentioned?
Police officers are as well. Anybody acting under the color of law.
Police officers. You're saying public servants that work in like city hall somewhere or certain departments. They're covered by qualified immunity as well?
They could be. And here's another thing. Anybody receiving public funds, anybody's making any kind of receiving public donations, they have to have an oath, number one. And number two, they have that bond information we'll talk about another time. But they have codes and laws they must abide by. Okay? Because they're called in a position of trust. And so we're allowing them to do governmental things. They have to have governmental restrictions. They have to have our restrictions. That's the color of law.
Okay. Well, I would say we can agree to disagree. I just wanted to say maybe they're in violation of their oath, but I
Which
think
is
qualified immunity just applies to police officers.
so the oath. So their oath is what? An oath to the Constitution, which is federal law.
An oath to the Constitution, but I mean, qualified immunity is just something that looks slightly different that Supreme Court gave to protect police officers.
So how about states? How about states qualified immunity per title per the 11th Amendment?
Well, I'm not too deep with that one, but like I said, I just think that qualified immunity, when we speak of qualified immunity, regularly speaking, just applies to police officers. If it's, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just telling you what I think. I'm not sure. I don't know everything, but when it comes to like city workers or anybody that's government working under the government, I think it just may be a violation of oath, not honoring oath if they don't give you what you need, like in this instance right here. I'm just saying.
I think we have to. You're not gonna have to rock paper scissors.
Maybe so. You
Yeah.
could be right. All right, let's continue.
I'm going to state it again because qualified immunity don't count when you're in court. I'm trying to save y'all right now. So I'm trying to
So I understand that, but I'm just asking that you please.
Yeah, he mentioned it as well. So, like I said, I could be wrong.
I missed that.
Okay, and I'm gonna.
He just said it. He said, "I'm trying to save y'all." He said, "A qualified immunity is at risk."
Bam.
Because qualified immunity don't count when you're in court. I'm trying to save y'all right now. I'm trying to
So I understand that, but I'm just asking that you please put the mask on.
Okay, and I'm gonna politely decline your request.
That's good.
Okay.
Marie, you're not service.
Did you?
Okay.
He said we're not servicing.
Okay.
Do you know? Would you ever?
And what is your name?
This gentleman? Yes, I did.
What is your last name, Marie?
Yeah, he's got it.
And what is your supervisor name, Marie?
Okay. Yep.
Huh?
I'm gonna have him have a seat.
All right, the supervisors? Okay. What is this public official's name?
Wow.
Huh?
He collected information because they shutting him down. Denial was served. They denying him service.
They're denying him. That's ridiculous. They're actually violating his equal protection of the law, because the law says he has equal protection of that law. What if he has a health issue and he can't wear a mask? He doesn't have to disclose that. Please.
That's true.
They're enforcing policies.
Peanut 411 was going through that. I don't know if you know about Peanut 411, but she was challenging people as far with the mask mandates because I believe she has a certain piece of paper that has her pass with that. Well, at the time, it's not that going on now, but at the time she had an exemption form. She had a piece of paper to say, "Hey, I don't have to wear no mask," and she was challenging a lot of people, during 2020, 2021.
And so, me, I would have sued somebody for having to get an exemption form.
Right.
Wow.
Kathy? And who was the other lady that came to the post?
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Okay.
Wow.
Who's the lady that came to the post?
Sir, no, sir.
You don't know her name?
You're gonna have to leave now, though. Unfortunately, they're asking you to leave.
So that's the police right there. He doesn't come. He don't investigate anything. He comes straight like a cowboy, one of the Earp brothers, and say, "Look, you gotta go right now."
I made that very argument this morning, Resistance, with one of the recordings I sent you. We'll talk about that another time.
So yeah, he makes him. He just comes through, say, "Hey, you got to leave." He doesn't investigate anything. Doesn't ask any questions. I guess he goes off to whoever he spoke to as soon as he came through the front door. And a lot of them just go off the call. I've seen a lot of them just go off the call and act crazy to, the person that the call was called on. And, tell them. It was one video. A guy was eating in a diner or something. And I think they got a call that, the guys was being too loud or whatever. Or it was brought to the attention of a sheriff or a police officer that was in the diner that they may have been too loud, and he told them to keep it down. And he said, "Sir, I'm talking with my friend. I'm enjoying my food," and the cop arrested him. The cop, yeah.
Was it in the Starbucks, maybe?
No, this was a diner somewhere. Shout out to Miss B. Yeah,
wow,
somewhere. I see so many videos. It's like Mad Max. Yeah, so many scenes just going by at one time when I'm trying to figure out, a video that I'm speaking about or exactly where it came from, what the source was.
Then you made a great point a minute ago when you said they went directly to him and started getting him directives, telling him he has to leave. That they didn't do any investigation. How is that equal protection of the law on his part? He has the right. He's innocent until proven guilty, right? He has the right to not be considered guilty, and they never gave him that. They never gave that opportunity at all. Went right to question and giving directives, and they're out of there on that.
Good citizen dude just said, "I thought you had to be breaking the law to be trespassed from public property."
Absolutely right.
These police officers, dispatchers get the call. They send it to the police officers to go out and inspect the situation. And the first thing they do is just jump on the person who was called on and say, "Hey, you got to leave." And within seconds, they're violating so many civil rights.
Oh my gosh! Oh my!
Without investigating, and this situation right here, he has every right to be there. He's in a public building. He wants information, and because they don't like it, somewhere down the line from the 40s, from the 50s, when the big boom era started going with all this, office shit, somewhere down the line it shifted, whereas the people in the city took the power.
It happened during the 50s.
And the residents of the city just, allowed it to happen and just rolled over.
I blame it on the internet. I really do. I blame it on the internet and tweets and texting.
It happened before the internet.
Well, information.
70s. I think it was sometime in the 70s. It was full blown in the 80s. All kinds of information would be hitting.
The 90s. I said the 90s with the man buns and the Seattle.
It shifted somewhere. Let's get to the video.
Yes, but you made it. You're right. Absolutely right.
One more time. Would you say?
I said you're absolutely right. It's shifted. It's the emasculation of men.
Demasculation.
Yep.
A badge number, please.
Sure, Officer Department number 55. Okay. But unfortunately, you're being asked to leave. Okay. So at this moment, I request that you leave the motor vehicle.
Okay. May I ask your name and your badge number?
I don't have a name badge. Just because you got
So this is a security guard, and he's approaching him as well, telling him you need to put your mask on. Now he's there to enforce policy, of course, right?
Correct, and he's actually he's acting on the color of law as well. He's just as susceptible to 1983 cases as a police officer because he's acting on the color of law. Any kind of authority.
I brought that up because he mentioned that he doesn't have to say his name
at all. He's not obligated to cooperate in the investigation at all. Period.
I'm talking about this security guard right here. He mentioned that. Because Mind Elevation TV asked him what was his name and badge. He said, "I don't have to give you that."
Yeah, he's absolutely wrong. It's ignorant. Yeah. Ignorant.
Request that you leave the motor vehicle.
Okay.
Right here.
May I ask your name and your badge number?
I don't have a name badge. Just because you got a mask, that's all you do.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just asking you a question. You had an encounter with me. It's your policy.
My name is Mark.
Okay.
It's the policy of the building.
Right.
Okay.
But it's your policy to give me your name and your badge number if you're a cop.
He's not an officer.
So you're not a public.
Hey, stop real quick.
Okay. And what is his name?
Just real quick. I would say to stop saying that's your policy that you have to do that. It's because if it's their policies are only applicable to employees. You tell them, hey, you as a public servant, I am ordering you to answer my question. I don't give a damn about your policy. I'm ordering you to do what I command. And if you don't, you're definitely in breach of your fiduciary duty. But that's why I get chased by cops in Little.
I'm just thinking, like, I don't even say that. But the things I do say don't even get far. So I know if I said that, I'm ordering, they're gonna look at me like I'm a joke.
Man, nah, not anymore. Not as versed as you are, brother. Not even close.
What is your name?
Just leave the building, please, sir.
What is your name?
I just gave it to you.
Okay, so I'm not going to speak to you. I'm going to speak to the officer here. Okay, so, officer, you do know I have a constitutional right,
Sir,
First
unfortunately,
Amendment,
and state
to
buildings,
record.
I understand that. I'm not saying you
She's
can't
trying to
record.
violate me she came and got you because I started recording.
Sir, in state buildings, you are required to wear your mask fully covering.
Is this a public? Is
That's
this a
not
public
true.
building?
You're still required to follow COVID restrictions.
Okay,
in
is
state
it a
buildings.
public building or a private building?
It's a state building. It's public.
And what is state?
So they're basically telling him that he has to leave because what's the issue? The mask or the camera? I've heard him say that it's all right to record. So the issue is about the mask. I've heard, like, I went to Jersey, back in October, hooked up with Wolfie, and I was wearing my mask. And yes, I do wear a mask. That's my personal choice. And Wolfie said, man, this is the freest state. Don't nobody wear a mask over here. We ain't with that shit. And I watched it. I watched everybody around eat in court.
Wow.
Dining
Courtyards, huh?
In courtyards and shit. And I was scared, actually. I kept my mask on, but you know
that they don't. You have your right to privacy, okay? And so if you have a respiratory issue, you're not mandated or you don't have to ask for permission to breathe. You don't have to ask somebody for permission to not have a problem catching your breath. How can they enforce some kind of mask? They cannot. They can't. And so you're right. It doesn't trump law.
It's a person's choice on whether they want to put the mask on or not. Me, when I'm in open air, I'm not around people, my mask is not on. If I'm traveling and I'm not traveling, close to people in a congested area, my mask is off. But once I hit that train or I hit that bus, or I'm around a group, I got that mask on.
That's actually a good social responsibility issue. It really is, because it's for the good of the people, right? And so is it good to wear a mask in public? Absolutely, because you don't know how contagious you are, and you don't want to infect somebody else. That's not fair to that other person. They have the right to not be infected, but you also have the right to breathe.
Right, but and on the flip side to it, a person also has the right to not put it on if they don't want to put it on. So it is what it is. You got to respect people's rights. That's the bottom line to it.
The only person and the only one that can change that.
Hold on. If you're around somebody that's not wearing a mask, then get away from them. If you're around somebody that's wearing a mask and you don't like it, get away from them. Simple as that. Avoid each other, or just do what you got to do. Shout out, resistance level is futile.
Right.
Sir, at this point, you have to leave. I'm going to grab your application. You have to come with me, or I'm going to have to place you under arrest for defiant trespassing.
What?
You have to follow me this way, sir.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, the exit's this way.
No, I'm leaving. No, you out of public space.
Sir, you can't.
You have to take pictures in here either.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
And I would like her name too.
Who is that? Number 55?
What was that?
Number 55, sheriff. Badge number 55.
Oh. Some nerd.
6860 Central.
K100 and count your number.
Shout out Hot Commodity. Cheryl Irvin brought up a good point. Escalating.
Yep, absolute escalation.
So, just straight up call him for reinforcements already, right? This dude is not being violent. One hand is already occupied with a camera, and you already know he's not dangerous. Speaking about the police officer, he knows this dude not dangerous. So the removal has to be escalated. First of all, it shouldn't be a removal
At all.
Okay,
He doesn't have authority. They're law enforcement. They're law enforcement officers. Okay, they're there to enforce the law. They're not there to interpret it. They're not there to like I said, interpret it the way they want to. They're there to enforce the law. That's it. And so that's why they can't determine probable cause. That's a judicial function. Okay, they can't determine whether or not they think you're innocent or guilty. They're there to say if a crime occurred. That's it. And so they have to be checked on that, man. That's what you and I have been doing lately. Your resistance got to check them on all that and kind of get that balance of power back to where it should be. Where actually it is, but who's applying that? You know, who's applying that pressure?
I'm requesting the supervisor, seeing supervisor as well.
Let's have one refusing to leave the property.
0, 8.
And I'm requesting a supervisor as well.
I gotta address something. A resistant level is futile.
Right.
The TR, you only wear that mask because the TV told you to, and you said you'd be scared. You are living in fear because the government got you there. Well, no, this is my explanation to that. Okay. Very. When it came out, I wasn't sure what it was. When I seen motherfuckers getting sick around me, and I seen people getting sick before the vaccine came, healthy motherfuckers, people who were younger than me, you think what I'm saying? I haven't gotten sick at all, you know. And I hope I didn't jinx myself by mentioning that because I never said
no jinxes.
I got sick at all, you know. And I've been doing the same thing from the start. When y'all first see me in my videos, people say, "Oh, I was the person who started putting masks on because I was wearing masks before people were wearing masks." No, actually, I was wearing the mask to hide my identity while I was recording. You know what I'm saying? It just happened to be that this situation was coming out. But from what I seen as it developed, and I seen people die from that shit, I decided to put my mask on more. And like I said, it's always when I'm around people. And I got comfortable with it as well because people like to talk and spit be coming out their mouth and shit. And, you know what I mean? People go smoking stuff in your face. And then, you know, in the wintertime, it keeps your face warm. So I adjusted to it. And that's just real shit. But that's the way that I can answer it. It really didn't have anything to do with media. It's just what I seen around me. At first, I didn't believe shit, but then when people started dropping and people who I knew personally that was catching it, and I will admit, you know, people who were younger than me or, you know, young people, it was a real bad flu for them and they got over it within a week or so. Hey, I don't know nothing about it. All I know is I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm staying not sick. You think what I'm saying?
I'm gonna add to that real quick. I have friends of mine that are physicians I've known since 7th, 8th grade. I'm talking 40 years I've known these people, okay? Before they were physicians. And one of my friend of mine is an ER doctor at a major hospital here in Dallas. And he goes, you know, Charles, I was there for the AIDS epidemic. I was there for the quote unquote crack babies. And for all of that, he goes, this one scares me. He goes, this one's for real. It's not a joke. He goes, SARS, all that other stuff. Nah, this one is real. I've seen people drop dead behind this. Drop dead. Healthy people drop dead. He goes, this is not a joke. It's not some made up hype or some kind of governmental, scandal. No. This is real. I mean, over how many? 500 million people been dead over that? I mean, come on. Those numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
Right. Well, I'm beyond that point now, figuring out where it comes from, if it's real. All I know is I stay away from motherfuckers. It's just about me taking care of my family and us breathing in clean air as much as possible. So
Word. After
that, I'm done with it. Let's get back to the video.
Real fast. Hold on. So, Majad Jamal Ali, what do you mean is social engineering or war tactic? I'm curious about that one.
I'm requesting a supervisor as well.
Sir, this is the last time I'm going to give you the request to leave, or I have to place you under arrest. It's up to you. There's no further discussion. Would you like to leave, or would you like to?
So you just threatened me with arrest?
Yes, for defiant trespassing.
Defiant trespass.
Yes, you're being asked to leave.
He said defiant trespass. Should I look that up, or you want to break that down?
What was that?
He said defiant trespass. Are you familiar with that? Should I look that up, or you ready?
There's no such thing as defiant trespass. Get the hell out of here. Defiant trespass. Shut the hell up. Wow. That's like passively resisting. It's an oxymoron. Cop splitting. Wow.
In these terms, defiant trespass is more or less what we would normally think of as just plain trespass.
And a trespass, who's the victim, right? Who's the injured party? Where's the damage to property? No crime. If there's no crime, then how the hell can law enforcement do anything?
Booked on trespass.
Man,
and I'm not talking about the 1A community neither. I'm just talking about period. I done seen people from my hood get booked on trespass. I done seen so many people get hit with trespass and go away in cuffs with it.
Please. Trespass. Wow. Is that a public place? Absolutely not.
That is defiant trespass is when one person goes into a place where he or she is not allowed to be. The only other important rule here is that the place must be clearly marked as off limits. So that, according to what this officer just said, defiant trespass, he's allowed. First of all, he's allowed to be there. It's a public building,
and they have to get an opportunity to leave. They have to warn him first.
Right, and he ain't want. First of all, he didn't investigate what was going on. He has no business there, for real. This is a situation between him and this department right here, and basically it's just for him to go forth with complaints, because he can't get nothing done if they're not going to give him the information. The police officer is just escalating the situation, making it worse.
For sure. Being a bully, a tyrant.
You're refusing to leave property. That's your last chance.
Okay.
Would you like to leave?
Under duress and threat of arrest, I'm going to leave.
You have to leave, sir.
Under duress and threat of arrest. That's clear, right?
Sir,
that's perfect.
Right. Under threat of arrest, I am going to leave.
Okay, let's go.
Hold on. A good citizen dude said define trespassed. Really? Define what he said?
Yep. Define it.
Huh?
I would say define it as well.
Good citizen dude is saying the cop said not defiant trespass. He said the cop said define trespassed.
No, he said define, didn't he? Why would you ask the person to define it? Maybe I misheard.
I see a supervisor as well.
Sir, this is the last time I'm going to give you the request to leave, or I have to place you under arrest. It's up to you. There's no further discussion. Would you like to leave, or would you like to?
So you just threatened me with arrest?
Yes, for defiant trespass.
Defiant trespass.
You're being asked to leave. You're refusing to leave property. That's your last.
Yeah, I think he said defiant trespass. Good citizen dude. That's what I heard.
Sir,
this is the last time I'm going to give you the request to leave, or I have to place you under arrest. It's up to you. There's no further discussion. Would you like to leave, or would you like to?
So you just threatened me with arrest?
Yes, for defiant trespass.
Defiant trespass.
You're being asked to leave. You're refusing to leave property. That's your last chance.
Okay.
Would you like to leave?
Under duress and threat of arrest, I'm going to leave.
You have to leave, sir.
Under duress and threat of arrest. That's clear, right?
Sir, you have to leave. Let's go.
All right. Under threat of arrest and duress, I am going to leave.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
If anybody else heard different, good citizen dude said he heard different. I heard defiant trespass. If anybody heard different than that, put it in the chat. I'll look it up.
You know qualified immunity don't count in court because you threw me out of a public space, right? Qualified immunity don't count in court.
Cancel that.
No, I'm requesting a supervisor. Yeah, and you have to give me a supervisor. I'm requesting a supervisor.
You have to leave.
I'm requesting a supervisor. I'm not going to leave from here till your supervisor going to come. All right, that's just all. You touched me too.
Wow. Damn, they just closed the door on him like that. It ain't over with though. But see how they just what they put him out on the side door or something? That doesn't look like a normal entrance right there. That don't look like, where he was lining up at earlier, or where they was lining up at in the beginning. It was a quick flash of him in line, and then he was inside. This is my edited version, by the way. I haven't uploaded it. But you could go to his channel. It's Mind Elevation TV. He got 345 subscribers. And you can see, his actual video. He reached out to me. This is in East Orange, New Jersey. This is a motor vehicle place, and I don't know exactly what MVC means. Let me look that up, what MVC means. MVC agency. Real quick. MVC agency. New Jersey. I figure out what that means. I know it's motor vehicle something. Uh-oh. I'm having trouble trying to reach websites on Google today. I don't know why. But somebody figure it out for me. It's itching. MVC. I know it's the motor vehicle place. I just want to know what the C stand for. But yeah, back to the video.
How was the conversation? Because
you want to see it? I recorded it.
I don't need to see it. I'm asking you. I'm taking your word
very
for it.
polite. I told them what I was doing.
So now I'm gonna tell you this. You're right. I can't ban you from a public area.
Right.
But if it's can we say this? If it's a hostile thing that can escalate, could I ask you to leave? Right,
yes, you can.
Right,
but here's the thing. So, I de-escalated, and I made it very clear.
No, I just asked you a question.
You're right. Yes, you can. You can ask me, can I leave?
So now I can't make my judgment because I wasn't here.
Right, but so, I can. If you want to, I can show you.
Either way, I can't because I wasn't here. I'm just here. I'm just speaking to you.
All right.
I just want to speak to you. So now the thing is, you can come back tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day. You're not banned from anywhere.
Right.
Right.
So, real quick, right? You got this officer swinging his bat at a whole bunch of bullshit right now. Mind Elevation TV is trying to get the information of the supervisor, whoever is shutting him down, with the information that he's trying to receive. New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission. I live in New Jersey. Shout out Edward Tillman. Appreciate you, bro. Charlie Dog 84. What's up, homie? How you doing? Yeah, Edward Tillman, appreciate you. New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission. That's what MVC stands for. But he needs this officer, being as though they done shut him down. He can't physically be in there to get the information he wants. The police that showed the illegally trespassing, okay? Yeah, he needs to get the information of the supervisor. So instead of him just doing this is what police officers do. They'll deter you from the situation. They'll talk to you about a baseball game if they have to, just to keep you from going back and doing what you need to do. And they telling him he got to come back tomorrow. He can come back tomorrow. He can come back tomorrow. If he can come back tomorrow, then he could go right back in there that day. But, they'll do everything they can to keep you away from you trying to accomplish your goal.
But the thing is, her kicking. Go ahead, continue.
Because as men, we want to swap around. If the shoe was on our foot, and even if you de-escalate, so it won't escalate again. Because I don't know what employee you spoke to and all that. Even if it escalated,
they all started bum rushing me once I started asking, "What's your name?"
He has it all backwards. He's saying because this melee happened or this little hissy fit happened within the building, just to let everything calm on over, it falls onto the public to take the L go home, settle down, and then come back a few days later. So it falls on the public. You get a lot of this going on in the welfare office in certain cities, a lot of this going on in the Social Security office. You know what I'm saying? People coming in there, they demand the answers. They want to get their business taken care of in a sufficient amount of time. And soon as the person, representative of that department, as soon as they catch an attitude, all they have to do is just call security, and those people are escorted out. I've seen people get banned from coming in there, and they had to handle all their transactions and everything through phone calls because these public workers feel as though, and they look at people as if the people are beneath them. Okay? Trust me, they look at the people as if they're beneath them, and I'm telling you, them welfare officers, wow, they be breaking up some shit up in there. They be
really?
Huh. The welfare officers?
Yeah.
And they be in there doing some shit. They be putting people all the way on the bottom of the pile. You know, be time for them to come up for stuff, and they put them right back on the bottom of the pile, or they treat them dirty. I'm telling you, they do. Like, they violate their oath of office all the time.
I'm gonna have to go check one of those out. Mm-hmm. There's one right down the street from my crib.
Take situation at the time. It's like, you know what, bro, just step out real quick.
Jack said he wants some of what I'm drinking. Man, I ain't drinking nothing. I'm just tired. I've been up all day.
All day.
I'm just tired, and I did a little smoky smoke, which is legal in
Whoa. Allegedly.
Which is legal in Massachusetts.
Oh. So used to be in Texas.
And then come back tomorrow. Nah, that's the only thing.
Here's the thing.
Wait, let me check something because you gave me a big spill, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna give it to you. Are you banned from there?
No. It didn't say that.
Come back tomorrow?
Please. Resistance.
The incident that happened was unfortunate.
How fast would I get arrested dealing with these people out on the East Coast?
In New Jersey?
Yeah, these people they're incompetent. They're idiots. They're ignorant. How in the hell can that man sit there and tell him he can come back tomorrow? What makes you think you have the authority to tell me to come back tomorrow? Who are you? Are you acting in the color of law? Really? Are you? You give me
for you to get locked up?
They wouldn't lock me up. They would. I wish they would. That'd be another Lamborghini. But
go to New York.
I will, please.
Come to Boston.
I will. Actually. I will.
I mean, the whole point is you got to be willing to take the arrest for the law to take effect.
Well, I did sit 14 months.
The law has been so desensitized because of these, police officers not honoring it, shitting all over it. They don't care.
So I'll say this.
Person goes into the police station in Boston, and they don't listen to their illegal directives as far as leaving. They want to lock them up after a certain period of time. I'm telling you, but that's what it takes. Nobody has took the arrest. Nobody that's challenging the law took the arrest. I'm not taking the arrest.
I would.
I took too many. I already got enough work to do. I don't need to be taking on no more. Like certain people who taking them on and, pleading. I'm not,
No, I'm not pleading. I'm not pleading either. But there's certain things that are worth an ass whooping to me, and so things like that. You're not going to sit there and give me legal directives like that when you don't have no reason to. How are you going to sit there? It's embarrassing and humiliating getting thrown out of a public place. It's technically torture.
Wait a minute. Let me backtrack on that. Pleading is not necessarily a bad thing because sometimes, people's situation change within a flash. You know what I'm saying? I'm not coming down on nobody that's pleading. I'm talking about.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
I'm talking about people who take on excessive cases, putting themselves out there, and then pleading out. You know what I'm saying? On numerous amount of cases. I'm talking about situations like that. Showboat status bullshit.
Yeah,
But, you know,
if your intentions are pure, then that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different ballgame. Whole different ballgame.
But I definitely understand people out there trying to fight for their rights and was caught up in the situation, no matter what it was, if it was George Floyd, George Floyd, who else? Everybody, you know, a numerous amount of people within the past,
3 years, 3 to 5 years.
Well, I mean, it's been an uptick in the past, 12 years? That's 2000.
I think it's just been more publicized. I think it's been more publicized, but I think it's always been there. It's always been there. The narrative, like I said before, the three common personality traits of law enforcement officers are that they're loyal, they're secretive, and they're violent. And that was a 30-year study, and that's the same thing kept popping up: loyal, secretive, and violent. And so they've been dumbing down law enforcement officers because the requirements to become one have become less and less and less. Used to have an associate's degree. Now they get them with GEDs because they're programmable. They're programmable, you know. Mm-hmm. And so they're not enforcing laws; they're enforcing policies and feelings. And so it's a tragedy. It's a travesty if there was one. And I'll fight to the day I die.
The dumber they are, the better.
The dumber they are, the better.
You man to man. Right. So that's the only thing I can give you right now. Right. All right. What's your name, bro?
And I understand. My name's Kasim, by the way.
Hey, bro.
It's nice to meet you.
All right. So unfortunately, it's an unfortunate situation.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mind Elevation TV. Mind Elevation TV. He got 345 subscribers. This is a video that he did at the MVC agency, East Orange, New Jersey, being trespassed from there, just for trying to get some information.
Or just come back tomorrow. Why you don't want to even escalate even more? All right.
All right. Well, that's not a problem.
He told her, he said, just come back tomorrow because you don't want it to even escalate even more.
Wow,
so
threatening.
It falls on the public. The public got to take the L.
Nah.
These are government workers, and he's coming. He has every right to go in there to do what he want to do. As far as what he's asking for, what he need to get done.
As long as you're not breaching the peace. I mean, as long as he's not in there causing panic or breaching the peace, he can do whatever he wants. That's called the freedom of speech. As long as he's not saying something in the fighting words doctrine, he's good to go. You can't go in there and yell bomb. You can definitely go in there and say F you, F you, F you.
Done nothing near that. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's shutting down. Cold-blooded pieces of shits.
They're mean dummies.
And I ain't trying to hold up that time because y'all got better shit to do.
Yeah, I got it. I'm just.
But I want to make it very clear that under threat of arrest and arrest, the officer kicked me out. Now he can't do that.
I can't speak on that because why? What's the main thing? I wasn't here at this moment.
All right.
If you have any situations, you know your rights. I'm not going to explain right. You know. So you explain it to me.
For the record, I need the administrator to identify who he is. And ask him, am I banned or was I just kicked out for the moment? Banned. Well, let's ask him that for the record. For the record, I want to know if I can come back or not.
That's man. You know what? That's a cop out. That's a cop out. I don't want to hear it. That's a cop out. Oh, I wasn't there. I don't know. I don't want to hear that. You go and enforce the law.
He shouldn't be talking about it. I mean. See, the fact is that because he's there and he don't know what's going on, he has to make it his business to know what's going on.
It's his job to find out what's going on.
Right.
Enforce the law.
I have so many police officers come up on the scene and don't even care about trying to get involved as far as trying to investigate what's going on. They just follow right behind the lead, and we've all seen it.
It's a cop out.
In a minute.
It's a cop out. And so I call him on that. And you'll see this next one I send you, brother, you'll see how I call him on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he waiting to see if he's banned or if he could come back.
Ban.
Sorry, I had to get called out for bullshit. Definitely wasn't okay. Did you get his name? So he did say I could come back tomorrow. Definitely wasn't okay what that officer did.
Come back tomorrow.
So he did say I could come back tomorrow. Did you get his name? I need his name. No, I got that officer name. I need the administrator name who demanded him to come out.
That's all.
Our counterpart. He said you're good to come.
All right, but he's the officer. He's not the manager of record.
He's the main one. You coming tomorrow?
Yeah, but the manager of record tell me I can't come in here. I can't come in here. So I need the manager of record name.
That's good.
He came out already.
I mean, most of that you're probably go on DMV and get that online and get that.
Yeah, but I'm here now. Why
I was hoping he was going to come on tonight and guide us through this video. Right at this point right here, I'm not quite understanding what he's saying. He's saying that a certain person had to come and trespass him. If that certain person didn't trespass him, then he's not trespass, I believe. Did you hear that, ID88?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So something about take it back real quick.
Record tell me I can't come in here. But he's not the manager of record.
He's the main one.
So he's saying the manager of record is the one that has to tell him he can't be here.
Coming tomorrow?
Yeah, but the manager of record tell me I can't come in here. I can't come in here. So I need the manager of record name.
That's good.
He came out already.
So he's saying the manager of record is the only one that can tell him he can't come in there.
How does a 16-year-old 16-year-old usher gonna tell that man what to do? Right? I mean, seriously. What can it has to be somebody with some quote unquote authority, right? And they have to articulate what he did that was a crime. They can't just arbitrarily throw him out. What they say, well, because they said you did. Well, they can say that. They could throw me out because they didn't like the color of my skin or the color of the shirt I was wearing. So that's why you have to have something articulable. That's ridiculous. Hey, Frank, get a hold of me with those names, by the way, for Texas.
Shout out to Dean Herndon. He said he was up in Virginia last year, Chesapeake, to be exact. A security guard stopped beside me in the parking lot as I was walking towards the store. Told me I had to have a mask on in the parking lot. The funny part was he was not wearing one. I snapped a picture of him, laughed at him, and walked away. I do have a medical condition that I'm not able to wear the mask, but I didn't tell him that, nor did he approach me anymore.
Man, wow.
He was a straight dickweed.
Man, not even worthy of being called a dickweed. Just a weed. Just a weed. Wow.
I mean, most of that probably go on DMV and get that online and get that.
Yeah, but I'm here now. Why he can't? You already having a conversation with him.
Yeah, and I spoke to him. I just spoke to you. So I give you the best option. I get what you're saying.
Wow.
You're trying to deflect right now.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing, and I really need his name.
Things to do. I just told you the best information I
So
can
if
give
I
you.
come here tomorrow and I get arrested for trespassing, how would you have?
So basically, the bottom line is he can't go in there for service this day right there, but he could come back tomorrow, and they tell him that's the best thing they could tell you. That's the best thing that they could tell him.
That's horse shit.
Today, but he could get service tomorrow. That's discrimination like a motherfucker.
That's not only is that discrimination. Yeah, it's a they're violating his First Amendment to film, his right to petition the government, the right to hold him accountable, his Fourth Amendment for an illegal seizure. I mean, come on, man. The Sixth Amendment, he has the right to face his accuser of whatever crime he's supposed to have or committed, right? Come on, man. That's ridiculous. That's Hey,
Frank said the states with the most white nationalists in policing is Florida, Pennsylvania, Colorado, Texas, and Arizona.
Wow.
I already know Frank is an old head, right? Because he abbreviated Pennsylvania PENN. So sorry I busted you, Frank, but That's an old way of abbreviating it. But you
Are you talking about instead of a PA? Oh, man, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, he old school.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But no, you got to include New Jersey in that too, in Massachusetts. How about that?
Wow.
Shout out Frank. Have a good night, Frank.
All right, Frank. Hey, good information, brother.
I don't know that. I didn't see the man. I don't know the manager.
How is it trespassing when you have the right to come back tomorrow? It's not trespassing.
So if I had the right to come back tomorrow, I had the right to stay.
Thank you. Thank you.
They actually leave the premises today.
Yeah, it was his call today. You're right.
Yeah.
So who?
Tomorrow.
All right, that's fine with me. Now, what I'm asking y'all, that's fine with me, and I'm gonna leave. Now, what I'm asking y'all to do is please go inside. The manager of record is standing right there. I need his name.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I need.
It's important, right?
Thank you. They will definitely see me in federal court downtown.
Bam.
This is 1983 Declaration of Rights. So what you just did, I'm gonna have to involve you in that because you pro.
And that's the thing. They don't even dig that they all involved.
They really believe that because they well, I wasn't there. They think they're not liable. They don't know the applications or the implications of Title 42 S Code 1997 failure to act. They have to act. They have to enforce constitutional law. They have to. And if the state law is in trespass of the constitutional law, well, tough shit for the state law. Constitutional law wins all day long per their oath of office. That's why they have to, man.
Frank just said, well, if you guys ever heard of the movie American History X, which was one of my favorite movies. Yeah. I haven't watched it enough lately, but yeah, that was my shit. Google my name in that movie.
Wow. Will do.
All right.
Wow. You're right, John. They don't care until you get into the courtroom.
Huh?
Nah, John made a good point. He says they don't care until they get into the courtroom. When they get in the courtroom, that blue line disappears really fast, real quick, especially if you take their ass to federal court, as you well know.
But you didn't defend my rights. Did you make an oath to the Constitution?
There you go.
Defend my rights. He just kicked me out of public space.
See, but you see how
skills. I like this dude.
Shout out Frank Mink.
Wow.
There's a former white supremacist skinhead, gang member in the United States. After a 3-year stint in prison, he left the racist skinhead movement and now lectures against it. South Philly, huh? You from South Philly, Frank? I'm from Southwest. This is Frank right here. Frank, you got connections with that movie, huh? Shout out to Frank Mink. Let me read this real quick. A lightweight celebrity in the chat. Frank Mink became a skinhead at 13. By 18, he was roaming the country as a skinhead leader and neo-Nazi recruiter with gangs that would beat people indiscriminately. In Illinois, he had his own cable access TV show.
Wow.
Rach. He was finally arrested and convicted of kidnapping and beating a member of a rival skinhead gang. While in prison, he befriended men he used to think he hated, men of different races. After being released from prison, Mink tried to rejoin his old skinhead pals, but couldn't bring himself to hate those who he now knew to be his friends.
Wow.
Right.
That's what's up.
Now a noted speaker, author and founder of Harmony Through Hockey, Frank's life stands for tolerance, diversity, and mutual understanding in racial, political, and all aspects of society. Frank is truly an inspiration at any time of strife and conflict. Wow.
That's wow.
Well,
That's
Frank,
what's up, man.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for giving us some enlightenment on who you are, and definitely much respect to your change of lifestyle as far as how you think. It's definitely a good one right there.
Much respect to you. Much respect to you too, as you came in humbly. You didn't come in bragging about what you had done or where you were. You
Exactly.
said back and
Like,
watch.
I'm at a loss of words for real. Like I'm reading as I'm speaking, but yeah, that's what's up, Frank.
Yep, that's what's up, Frank.
Shout outs to you. Jonathan Nicola, have a good night.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Yep.
Are we gonna hear? We're gonna hear?
I have to because you was deflecting on getting me a name.
I never deflected, bro.
That's the first thing I told you before you left.
I said was speak. Wait. Only thing I said was speak to the officer that's working here. That's what I said.
I don't need to speak to him. Yes, I got his name. He's going to be in my lawsuit already. I got him already.
This is his post.
That's fine. I need the manager of record in order not to be so I can come back.
I'm sure she's ready for him or somebody else.
That's it. That's all I
You got
need.
my information. That's the first thing I gave you when I walked up.
Yeah, that's fine. But you didn't defend my rights.
Right.
Because of that, that's 1983 Declaration of Rights. Everybody, him, this whole building gonna be in my lawsuit.
The cap said, "Listen, man. Oh yeah, I didn't defend your rights." Well,
wow.
What you think about that? How you feel about that part right there? Do you think is subject to any type of litigation?
Because, oh my God, yes, he's just as guilty as the person
right here. Because
he's just
he didn't
as guilty.
Investigate the situation, right?
You know why those four police officers or three of them in Minnesota? Why the federal government came after them after the state was done with them? Because they failed to protect George Floyd's civil rights. They failed to do that, and that's why the feds came after them. They absolutely failed to, and that's what this gentleman did here. By him not investigating, by him not stopping this man's rights from getting violated, he's just as guilty. It's called failure to act.
Shout out to Ms. B. She said, "TR, did you get my email?" I don't think so. Not if you sent it recently. No. Of course, we do know that McMichaels was found guilty in federal court today, right?
Guilty of hate crime.
Yep. So what does that mean for them right now?
I'm not sure how the law applies, but a hate crime is a special it's a special connotation. Like they're allowed to do a different kind of punishment if it's considered a hate crime. And so I'll look that up and I'll give you an answer in 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Because a hate crime, yes, like I'll let you know.
Ms. B, I got the email too. I'll check it out.
If you want to speak to him, all right. See if he comes out. It might say just come back tomorrow. I don't know.
I mean, he can't. I paid for this. I'm a taxpayer.
Thank you.
Can't take it. Get out. The hell?
Listen, we just had a full conversation, and I think what we both agreed on just went.
I agree with you, man. I just didn't like the way you was deflecting to go in there and get me a name. Because he knows what's going to happen.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. This is not my post.
Yeah, but I already got his name.
I didn't say his name. I said ask him because I don't work there.
I don't want to have no more discussions with him. He violated my rights.
So he violated.
Why would I have a conversation with him? He violated my rights. He's qualified on the immunity. Don't account for him in court. He over with qualified immunity in court. He made it perfectly clear what he was doing. So he's over with. I don't have any conversation for him. I want his name. He's the owner of record. He's the manager of record. He's getting sued.
Yep. No ands or buts about it.
Mind Elevation TV. He's on YouTube. You can go check him out. This is in East Orange, New Jersey. We got ID88 in the house. If you look down at the bottom of the ticker tape, you see all his information. If you want to email him, donate, his information is down there. It's the second part of the ticker tape. Mine's is the first, but don't pay attention to mine's. Just check his out.
Appreciate
Shout
that.
out. I'm definitely going to check to that email. I got so much stuff going on, Ms. B. No disrespect. And to everybody else, if you send me something and I don't catch up to it, it's not because it was a it was because who sent it, or I just didn't want the information or whatever. I got a lot going on, y'all. So just please understand that. I try to give it to you any way I can, and whatever comes to my, in my reach, I'll grab it.
It's one of those things. One of those things. Quoting law and quoting law and quoting law like the man that you are. So full, man. I'm so proud of you, brother.
Shout out Thomas Smith and TN Accountability. Shout outs to y'all.
Shout out.
Let's go to move the park.
I'm trying to figure out what what is this? Is this a fish store or something?
Why?
Dude, is he at lunch waiting on a fish hoagie or something?
Why?
I mean, this don't even look like the office. Don't even look like the office that he was at.
What's a fish hoagie? What'd you say? A fish hoagie?
You heard of a fish hoagie?
Nah, man. A fish hoagie?
You never heard of a hoagie, period?
What the hell's a hoagie, man? Come on, man.
Wow. Y'all don't get hoagies down there in Dallas?
What is a hoagie? What's a hoagie?
Hey, listen.
Is that like a homie?
Look, you read the chat. Somebody in the chat know what a hoagie is. I ain't talking about it. They'll let you know.
A hoagie. You said a fish hoagie?
Yup, a fish hoagie.
Oh my God.
Shout out Free Church Press. My man. No, I was saying though, this looks like a sandwich shop or something. Like, what part of the building is this at the MVC? It doesn't even look like, the same part of the building. Looks different.
It's a what do they call them? A bodega.
They need to clean it up. Whatever. Okay. It comes together now. All right. That's just that frame right there with the entrance. It looked crazy, but as he panned over, you could tell it comes together. But,
it's a fish hoagie shop.
They need to clean that entrance up. Listen,
fish hoagie.
They need to clean that up. That look crazy right there,
man.
That's how they do business.
That's just too many hoagies.
Shout out to Harold Shields.
Harold Shields.
Here comes the officers, fellas. Guess we're gonna find out.
Right. Miss B, what part of Texas are you in?
To go to the Springfield location. He's trying to get your appointment for tomorrow.
Okay, and what supervisor told you that? What's their name?
The supervisor that works here.
All right.
I didn't get his name. He just asked me to get clarity.
I mean, that was the reason why you went in.
No, you asked me to go inside to see if you can come back tomorrow.
Wow.
Come back here. I'm trying to get your appointment for Springfield tomorrow.
He don't need to. I just need his name.
Okay. Well, I didn't get his name.
You didn't get his name?
No, you can speak to the officer right there to get his name.
I won't.
Oh, that's it right there. I wish I had him on here so he could have guided us through the video a little bit more. We could have talked a little bit more about things because he knew exactly what was going on because he was there. Unfortunately, he probably didn't get my message or he was busy. But shout outs to him. Once again, that's Mind Elevation TV. He's right there at the top corner on the right. And I'm going to release this video as soon as possible. Matter of fact, I could do it now.
That's not you?
No, that's not me. You
thought that was me? You.
No, not in Jersey.
No, but I'm talking the wow, I knew that.
Yeah, right.
Cool.
So, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to release it right now. I'm hitting the buttons right now so y'all can see it. And y'all can go to his channel and see it uninterrupted. Well, unedited, the way he put it out.
Wow. That's just that's absolutely ridiculous. And he's making great points too about why didn't you act? You know, come on. Hindsight, they can't be reactionary. Jeez.
Harold Shields said she did not do her job for sure. Definitely Harold Shields for sure.
Wow.
Hey, I think I'm gonna listen. I'm tired.
Why don't you take a power nap? I'll carry it for me. Take a power nap.
No, I'm gonna shut it down.
Yes, I know. Like they did on Sunday or Saturday, whatever.
I think.
Yeah. Hey, keep doing what you're doing, Resistance, man. Like I said, I'm proud of you, brother. You're teaching me things that I would not have known, and how to apply the things I do know. And so I'm really appreciative of you, straight up.
Hey man, you've been teaching me too, though. I ain't gonna let it go down like that.
Nah, man, seriously.
We teamed up. We kind of like,
freaking frack.
A little bit better. More ideas are coming to the platform.
Absolutely.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got ID88, Incorporation Doctrine88. We've been up in here giving a verbal breakdown of this video of Mind Elevation TV. Y'all make sure y'all go to Mind Elevation TV. You got 345 subscribers. Go over there, tell them the Resistance sent you. I'm already subscribed. I see you over there. Go to Incorporation Doctrine88 as well. Yeah, I messed up. My bad.
It's all good.
Doctrine88. Go over to his channel as well. He got some heat over there. All right. Y'all make sure y'all Facebook followers. Make sure y'all be checking out my backup channels. Eyezonbluebloodz on YouTube. The Resistance, which is the primary channel on YouTube. I'm also the Resistance on Odyssey. Check the description. Everything is in the link. Everything's in the description. All the links are in the description.
That's what he meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All right, man. Y'all stay safe, man. Keep your head up.
Yo, I'll talk to you later on. All right, man.
All right, brother. All right. Hey, God bless all y'all.
Good night, bro.
Good night.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all. Sorry for the long, dragging ending. I'm tired. I kind of crashed. Yeah, it is what it is. Sorry about that. Charlie Dog 84. Appreciate you, my man. Miss Big T in Accountability. Cheryl Irving. You be safe as well. Brian Holler. Harold Shields. For sure. Dean Herndon. My man, Dean Herndon. He keeps it real. Perfect Sense Resistor is Pig. Gang is all here. Free Church Press. Thomas Smith. Yeah. John Denicola. Frank Mink. Y'all make sure y'all be safe out there. Y'all see some tyranny and corruption. Pull out your camera, record it. I need somebody to play it. Send it here to the Resistance platform. You can reach out to me through eyezonbluebloodz@gmail.com. You can reach out to me through Facebook. You can inbox me. Send me a message on YouTube or one of my platforms, the Resistance or Eyezonbluebloodz. There's many ways to get in contact with me. Make sure y'all be safe. Good night, Ms. B. Peace. Hit the likes. Everybody about to get killed out here. Like it for everybody.
I'm just a picture in the frame. Pause. I don't control. I paint word pictures on the